Welcome to the first edition of the Mesonet Weather Report for 2024. This month marks the 30th anniversary of the Oklahoma Mesonet providing weather information to the state. As we welcome in another new year, I thought it would be prudent to look back at the weather summary for the year we just finished. Starting with average temperatures, we see that 23 was slightly warmer than the 15-year long-term average, mostly coming in at about 1 to 2 degrees above normal. Looking at the state by month, we experienced 8 months above normal and only 4 months below normal. I don't have the official average monthly temperatures yet for December, but we do know that it was very warm, up to 5 degrees compared to the long-term average. Switching over to rainfall, the least amount of moisture was the 19.7 inches reported at Hollis in the far southwest. The wettest spot was the 65.7 inches measured at Mount Herman in the far southeast. Comparing this to the long-term average, we noticed that blue areas were where rain far exceeded normal precipitation. The relatively wettest spot was at Beaver in the Oklahoma Panhandle that received 13.9 inches above normal. The red areas show the driest relative areas of being in the far southwest and more significantly in the upper northeast counties. Areas here from 4 Acre in Osage to Miami and Ottawa were 10 or more inches below what is normally expected. When you convert rainfall over to a percent of normal, this again clearly points out the two driest zones only receiving about 3/4 of normal. With rainfall, it is not only how much you get, but when you get it that counts. Looking by month, we see that we had 6 months above normal and 6 months below normal. After a very dry spring in April and May, it was good to get some replenishment in the summer months of June and especially July. 2 months of dryness followed in August and September, but a wet October was just in time for wheat planting. Unofficial December rainfall amounts came in well above the long-term average for the month. Another way to look at weather is to divide it up by the state's climate regions. The state has 9 divisions, as you can see from this map, along with where the locations of each Mesonet site are. Starting with the very wet Panhandle Division, the 23 rainfall amounts are shown by the blue line and the long-term average is in the fill area. After starting off very dry, it started raining in May and stayed above normal from then on. Comparing that to the relatively driest region, the northeast, we see the opposite, starting wet but dropping below normal in May and staying below the average line for the rest of the year. Gary will be back with us next week for another edition of the Mesonet Weather Report.